What's good with it? What's good with it? Before I talk myself out of this, um, man, I've been watching a lot of my content from YouTube over the last few years, and I'm grateful, man. I'm super grateful um, for all that I've gone through to bring me up to this point. Although it was hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm still here, and I'm beginning to thrive, man. I'm beginning to thrive. Um, Financially, because a lot of my challenges over the last few years had to do with my finances. Um, One thing that never wavered, though, if I go back and I look at my videos, is my faith. My faith has always been strong. Um, my spirit was on the verge of breaking a few different times just because it was hard. It was hard, man. You know, from, you know, um, I can go back and just highlight some things to help you understand, like having surgery, 2 weeks after my daughter was born, um, going through that whole process, you know, um, failed relationships, um, failed failed attempts at a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it a buck, man. You know, when as far as, experiencing a broken engagement, buying a house, almost losing the house, selling the house, um, changing careers, um, fighting depression, um, having suicidal thoughts, um, selling my crib, moving into a one-bedroom spot, getting rid of everything I owned to start from scratch. Um, Making a decision to leave a career that was paying well in an attempt to start a business. Or, start a business. I had the business established. I just felt like I needed to walk away from. Y'all know what it is, man. Go watch the videos. Man, bouncing back somewhat, getting laid off, doing Uber and anything and everything I could to maintain. By God's grace and mercy, and looking back, being able to thank myself for pushing through, finding a community of like-minded individuals. Not even like-minded. These cats were on another level. They on some, you know, routines and mantras and, you know, managing multiple streams of income, whether it be businesses and whatnot, you know. But having them to lean on, you know, uh, human resources to be able to lean on and confide in, and to be honest with, and to hear the truth back, you know what I'm saying? And pushing through that, gaining, confidence in my ability to see it through. You know what I'm saying? But again, it goes back to my faith. I knew that God had me. I knew He had shown Himself to me plenty of times. Um, and the fact that He's real and He's guiding my direction. You know what I'm saying? Um, Key verse in reference to what I'm saying is He talks about um, Psalm 37 verse 23 and 24 says, "If the Lord delights in a man's way, He makes his steps firm. Though he stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord will uphold him with His hand." Man, that's wild, because I say that And as I'm saying it, that's the perfect picture. You know what I'm saying? That's the perfect picture of the last several years. The Lord has delighted in my way. And though I have stumbled, and I promise you I've stumbled, I still stumble. I still stumble, man. Let me keep it 100, man. Oh man, that's crazy. But here's the thing, man. I'm coming on today because, or I'm grabbing my phone and recording today because I met somebody today, and it was one of those moments that just made me understand, like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. You know, I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? I get paid well for doing what I do. I get to help and interact with people and be real. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I have opportunities like I had today to be a blessing, but also be encouraged at the same time. I don't know this brother from nowhere. He don't know me from nowhere, right? We run into each other. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm just gonna paint the picture. So I'm at an event. Um, I needed to get a hold of the organizer for the event, and so I see this kid who to me looked like a kid, at least younger than me. If I had to guess, he looked like he might be in his early 20s. Um, but he's pushing around this big trash can, like he's handling the maintenance and custodial work in the venue. And so I approached him, and I seen he had a walkie-talkie. So I was like, I'm trying to get a hold of this specific person. Is there any chance you can try to, get in touch with her for me? So um, he was more than willing to help. Absolutely. Let me see who I can. I don't know who that is personally, but I'll figure it out. So he ended up, man of his word, eventually came back around, got a hold of the person, did what he did. It was all good, right? So his willingness to help me out, and his attitude, and like his body language, his respect, like he was on point. You know what I'm saying? And I was just curious. I'm like, in conversation, I'm like, so is this your full-time gig? Like, he was like, no, this is part-time. I was like, okay, are you in school? He's like, no, I work. I got another job at such and such. Oh, that's what it was. He works at a restaurant, and he's talking about like working on the grill and eventually going to be doing appetizers or salads and whatnot. And so y'all know I'm a personal chef, so we got to talking. I'm like, oh, that's what's up, man. I actually started my career as a cook back in the day. And then so as we're talking, he's like, yeah, got to do what you got to do. But he was positive, like, got to do what you got to do. I got the fam, my wife asked him if he was married. And then I asked him, are you at least 28? Because I'm going to try to hook him up on the work tip. But then he's like, no, I'm 35. Man, you 35, bro? You found the fountain of youth? Wow. Yeah, I got 5 kids ranging from 19 to 3. I'm like, man, that's a blessing, brother. Good for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep going, bro. One day at a time. Like, he's like, yeah, no doubt. And then, so we're talking, and he eventually was like, I was like, I'd love to be a blessing for the family. Start telling him about the work tip. And, he was like, man, I would love to be able to do what you do. Like, and so we start talking about the opportunity, and it just had me thinking, like, man, there's people out there. And he told me like, man, bro, like, just your energy. I could tell you a good dude. Like, I could tell you a good dude, man. Just the interaction, right? You could just sense a person in their character. You know what I'm saying? And we got to talking, bro. I was telling him like, my journey hasn't been that, it's been tough. And so he started sharing with me his journey, and like, just recently, a couple years ago, got out of prison and is like getting his life straight. He's hustling and, it's doing this, that, and the third, man. I'm like, yo, keep going, brother. Keep going, man. You know, God is good, man. God is good. God is no respecter of person. And so if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. He can do it for anybody, man. You got to be willing. You got to be, got to have humility. You know what I'm saying? You got to have courage. It's a lot that comes with it. But at the end of the day, man, I'm grateful, man. It's full circle. I was talking to the homie the other day, telling him, reminiscing about the day that I was running to work because I missed the bus, or the bus wasn't on the route that I was on. You know what I'm saying? Ran to work to make sure I clocked in on time. It ain't over, man. This is just the beginning of the next. You know what I'm saying? It's up from here. It's up from here, man. Y'all know I'm out here with a nice little view. I mean, it's not the newest complex in town, but I'm not at my brother's no more. I was temporarily living in his house, in the guest room, on his furniture, you know what I'm saying? All my stuff was in storage. And just in a matter of the last, year and 7 or 8 months, things have completely flipped for the better. And I'm grateful. But I'm still hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry for more, because I know God's going to continue blessing me, eventually would love to, find my good thing, be married and have a family and experience that. But that's not necessarily my focus. My focus is making sure that I'm continuing to build myself and reach back and inspire other people, because we're all at different levels, man. Like, there's people that continue to inspire me that are doing much better than me, financially speaking, and even, maybe relationally. And so I glean from those people, and I accept the coaching and I even just watching from afar. I don't necessarily always have to talk to the person, but I can see how people move and flow and be inspired. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, man, the kid today was a prime example. We're at different levels, but we're both able to pour into each other and encourage each other. And who knows, maybe I end up working with him in the future. But even if I don't, I told him, like, yo, whatever happens, bro, like, keep going, bro. You got an incredible story. I appreciate you being vulnerable with me and allowing me to share. And it was a good interaction. And there's more people out there that need that. I know I'm gonna continue to need it as life goes on. So that's all I got, man. Let's stay inspired to thrive. I love y'all. And until the next time, peace.